Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, India, also known as Yeshoneyhoney, here on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. So go make sure you follow me at Yeshoneyhoney on all those socials. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And for today's video, we're going to be doing just the face base. I have very dry skin and I have a lot of questions about like foundation application, what I like, what I think works for me. And so anyway, we're going to do that today, and I'm going to go step by step. It's just going to be focused on the base. My eyebrows are already filled in, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I already have moisturized and primed off camera, but let me tell you what I used. So to moisturize, I used the CeraVe, which I shared in a video previously, and then I went in with the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I just have the mini one because the large one has been sold out forever. Then to fill in my pores, I went in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, just the original pink one. And now we're gonna go into this to start with what I feel like really helps make my face feel a little bit more glowy, but also like helps with longevity. This is also like my tried and true, like this is my step-by-step everyday face base. Well, when I want to like be glam, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector. This is in number 2 medium, which I've told y'all previously. I feel like for medium, this is very dark. I feel like obviously it shears out, but I'm like, I almost feel like I could just do the light, which I actually just purchased the light one also. But I haven't used it yet because I still have my medium, which I love. I love it because it does sheer out. It's just kind of like an under the foundation glow. I'm going to go in with my Tarte face tape. This one is in 35N medium neutral. Sometimes this one is a hair bit light for me, but it's okay because we're going to cream bronze and stuff today. So not a big deal. With my foundation, I go and I just do little dots all over my face. I feel like this gives me a non-cakey, more like, I wouldn't say even, maybe it is like an even, I don't know. I just have found that this works the best for me. I also feel like I don't lose any product doing it this way. So yeah, this is just what works for me. I'm just taking my e.l.f. sponge that's like $5 that I've shared with y'all before, that I feel like is phenomenal. This is way better than Beauty Blender that's $20, and it is literally $5 at the drugstore, slash also you can buy it in a 2-pack for I think $10. Maybe the individual is like something, I think maybe the individual is something weird, like $5.99, and then if you buy the 2-pack, it's like a value pack, so it's $10. I don't know. Regardless, it's cheaper than going out and buying the $20 Beauty Blender, which don't get me wrong, I used to do that. I used to buy a $20 Beauty Blender, and I don't know why, because there are definitely sponges that are just as good for a fraction of the price, and I have found those, thankfully. Save some money. But you know, I even have my Amazon sponges that I love. I love my Amazon sponges too. Okay, yeah, see, because this is a hair bit too light for me right now, which is fine because we're gonna bronze up the skin. So, but you see how that Maybelline Perfector, it kind of just like, you know, blends in with. I blended in with foundation. I know some people wear it on its own. That's not what I use it for. I think they even actually advertised it as you can do that, but not what I do. I'm just giving y'all my personal opinion. Everybody is different. Every skin tone is different. Every skin texture is different. You can still have dry skin, and your dry skin is different from my dry skin. So yeah. So that is how our foundation is looking. You can see it's very like, I mean, it's, I don't know, I think this is even advertised as like a medium coverage, but to me it's, I mean, it's pretty full coverage, but I just love it. And this foundation lasts, it just lasts all day long. It's amazing. Now for a little bit of that glowy vibe I was talking about, I'm going to take my Tarte Glow Wand in a glow, and I'm just taking this on some high points of my face, down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead, and right here. And you know what's funny about this is I actually got this in a bundle and didn't care for it. Well, I didn't care to have it, but it came in the bundle, and the bundle was just a better deal than buying the product itself. I think I was buying like Shape Tape, whatever. So I got this, and for the longest time I never even touched it. But then one day I was like, you know what, like I have this, I need to use it. Like, what's the point in letting it sit here and do nothing, you know? So then I started using it, and I really liked it because, again, very dry skin. So it gives a nice little extra glow to your skin, and you know, just kind of blends in. You can't really tell anything from it now, but I feel like throughout the day it gives a nice little glow through my powder and all the vibes. Now, our cream bronzer, contour, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be the Chanel one. We're going a little bougie today. I have the darker one because there's only 2 shades. So this is Tan Deep Bronze. And on a previous video, I was telling y'all, I was like, I don't know that I love this. Like, especially for the price, I was like, I just don't know that I really love this product. The more I have used it, the more I have fallen in love with it. Like, I'm now obsessed. And on days when I don't use this, I'm like, dang, I kind of wish I would have used it. Like, it melts into the skin so nicely. Like, it is very, very easy to work with. I got a little bit too much in that area. But that's the good thing about cream. You know, sometimes with powders, if you go a little bit too deep in, or you go a little bit too close in, then there's like no going back. But at least with a cream, if you blend enough, like, you're gonna be able to get it to the way you want it to look. And I don't know, I've really come to love this. And it's really funny because the first couple times I used it, I was like, dang, I just wasted it, essentially $60, because it's like $50 and, you know, shipping, tax, and all that. I'm like, I just wasted a lot of money on this bronzer that I don't even really care for. But the more I've used it, the more I've liked. And now you can get it at Ulta, which is so cool that you can get it at Ulta and you don't have to purchase it through Chanel, which I don't mind purchasing it through Chanel, because when you purchase it through Chanel, you get the box, you know, the cute little box with the bow, and very bougie, like as should be for a $50 bronzer. And for Chanel, I would expect nothing less than bougie. But it's just so nice. It just blends right into the skin so nicely. You know, for the longest time, they only had the one shade. And I just knew it would be I wanted to try this for a very long time. But they only had the one shade, so I couldn't try it. And then finally, they came out with another shade, and I'm so happy that they did. I'm happy that they expanded, and, you know, other people of other skin tones are able to purchase it and try it. Did I bring out? Oh, that was Shape Tape also, by the way. I'm gonna let that Shape Tape sit there for a minute. While I thought that no, I didn't actually. I'm talking to myself. Welcome to my world. This is Yeshoneyhoney's world. Talking to herself. Who would expect anything less than that? If you know me, you know I talk to myself. You know, they say talking to yourself is like the first sign of like being crazy, but I don't like to think of it that way. I like to think of it as I'm just vocalizing my thoughts in my head to try and get to a answer for what I want to do or what I'm thinking about. You know, I think that's normal. I'm sure that y'all talk to yourselves too. I mean, come on, who doesn't? Okay, blending this Shape Tape out. You know, Shape Tape is something that I have gone back and forth on loving. And sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. Right now I'm on a love it kick. Like right now, it's really working for my skin, and I really love it. The blend out is very nice. The longevity is amazing. There's a reason why I think it's the #1 concealer in the world, actually, which is crazy. I think I saw this crazy like statistic about Shape Tape. like one Shape Tape is sold, or like 30 Shape Tapes are sold a minute, or something crazy. It was, I don't know. Go to Tarte's website. I'm sure Tarte has it, like, you know, it's their moneymaker, so I'm sure they have it, you know, all over the website talking about it. But it's some crazy statistic like that. Like, oh man, I don't know what it was. Okay, we're blending that out. Now, when I blend out my concealer, then I try my hardest not to close my eyes or move my under eye. I got it and go right under that eye before anything can begin to crease. Now, I have started going a lot lighter on my powder. One, because I am dry, and two, because I think because I am dry, I was noticing creasing happening a lot faster than what it used to. I also think that has to do with like your, you know, as you get older, your skin changes. And I definitely, I mean, I'm only 25 and I honestly can see a difference in my skin, which is so crazy. Like, cause I mean, I'm only 25 years old, which, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm old and sometimes I'm like, I'm only 25, but I definitely can already see a change in my skin, and certain things that used to work for me don't work for me anymore. Or like my under eyes, I've always had kind of an issue with my under eyes not being the smoothest, slash my under eyes get really, really dark, which sucks. But anyway, it is what it is. God gives you what he gives you, and you know, you just need to be happy and appreciate what you've been given, and everything is for a reason. So yeah, apparently I needed to have darker under eyes. That's fun. Okay, I just set my face with my MAC mineralized powder. This is the moment where I now take some spray and I start to melt in some of that stuff. And that was the Milani setting spray. Again, because dry skin, if you have dry skin, try using setting spray throughout your makeup application, because I feel like it really helps melt the product into your skin, because when you have dry skin, powder tends to sit on your skin sometimes. And so that's just something I've noticed that I started doing. I actually learned that when I worked for MAC, because, you know, every skin type is so different, and I would work with clients who had really oily skin, and then I would work with clients that had really dry skin. And I noticed, we learned it in training actually, with the Fix Plus. The Fix Plus is really nice to use throughout your makeup application, because it just helps blend and kind of like melt the products together. And ever since then, I've done that, and I do it on clients, and you know, it makes a world of difference. It truly does. But okay, I'm just blending out. I am gonna be doing a Valentine's Day eye tutorial that won't be in this video, but there'll be the same base that I'm gonna be using, so that you guys will see that at the end of the video, and then the eye look will be in a separate video, which I'm excited about. I'm excited to do that. We're gonna bronze up our skin with a little hula. Make sure your skin is dry though. I think we're good. Okay, we're gonna bronze up our skin with a little bit of the hula bronzer. This is another bronzer I go back and forth on. I'm like, oh, sometimes I love it, sometimes I don't love it. I think that's just me being like, oh, do I love this right now? Do I like it? Do I not like it? After you've like set your face like that, I noticed that tapping motions is really your friend, just in case you do have a little bit of wetness still left in the skin. But this just really melts into the skin regardless. You know, have y'all seen some of those videos where people wet their powder bronzer to make it a cream? I feel like you're just like destroying your product. I don't know. Some of these TikTok hacks, I'm like, okay, y'all are really reaching. For someone who does makeup professionally, has done makeup professionally, and is obsessed with makeup, there's certain things I think are very cool. And then there's certain things I'm like, okay, now we're going a little bit too far. Too far. Okay. And then your sponge is really your friend. I like keep your sponge close by while you're doing your makeup, because I take mine multiple blends in your skin as you go. Now we're gonna go into our Jaclyn, what is this called? Luminous Powder. Why do I feel like it was called Moon Prism? Is that what it's called? I feel like it's called Moon Prism. Y'all let me know. Anyway, we're gonna take this. This is a dry skin girl's dream, and it also is extremely blurring. I take this all in here. I know this sounds crazy. I'm telling y'all, if you have dry skin, this is like your glowy dream. It's phenomenal. It is. And it blurs. For something that has luminosity in it, it blurs. It's so cool. And so now we're going to take this. We're going to go right on the nose. Cannot forget a little bit of, and this isn't even what I use as like our highlighter. I just use this as like a little glow vibe. Again, I have very dry skin. So if you're watching this and you have oily skin, I'm sorry, because I'm trying my hardest to kind of like, in a way, make my skin oily, but not really. But when you have dry skin, you know, when you have dry skin, you're like, I'll do anything to like not look like a matte, dried seal. Like anything. I'll do anything. You know, I will say though, but you know, they say people who have oily skin are gonna age better. So you oily skin people, y'all are gonna age better than me, because I have dry skin, so my skin is just gonna flake off and turn into wrinkles probably, but neither here nor there. Okay, now we're just blushing up our face with the Rouge Romance. I'm using Pretty Posh and Tempting. This is like my go-to tried and true blush from Jaclyn Cosmetics. If you notice, I use a lot of her products. I am a big fan of Jaclyn, period. But I also truly believe that she makes some great products. Like, I mean, she really does. Feel or say what you will about her, I think she makes some pretty amazing products. And I'm just kind of putting a little bit of extra brow gel on my brows from doing our base. This is Tarte Sketching Set. I think I got this in like one of those little kit things. Don't love it, don't hate it, but I have it, so I'm gonna use it kind of thing, you know. Now we're gonna highlight our skin. This, I don't think you guys can get, but this is like my tried and true. I mix Made You Look in with Exposure, taking this on the high points of my cheek and just really focusing it in this area, in this type of motion, because it really diffuses it, doesn't leave it in one spot. Then I just take a little bit of Made You Look. I don't think she redid these ones. Certain ones she brought back, and then certain ones she didn't, which I'm like, of course the one that I love is the one she didn't bring back. Maybe in the future. Now we're gonna set our face again. Okay, our base is done, our eyes are done, our lips are done, and that is today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one, and I will link everything down below.